All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back. So, you guys, I have a really different topic today that I wanted to share with you guys, and I would like to get you guys' feedback on what you guys think. But before we do get into the topic today, guys, I always like to let the community know that I am live so that way they can tune in and join in with the conversation. So, let's see here. I hope that you guys are having an amazing Sunday. I can't believe April is basically almost done and over with, and it's going to be May. It is my birthday season. Well, it is Taurus season, so happy birthday to all the Taurus. Let me just create the post and basically say that I'm live. All right, so hey guys, I'm live. Be sure to tune in. We'll be discussing dating and relationships. All right. So, you guys, welcome to the channel. This channel is called Live Narc Free. I am a narcissist abuse coach, and it seems as if I am kind of going towards relationship coach as well, because I noticed that I do talk about a lot of dating and relationships. So, yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And today I kind of wanted to talk about something a little different. You guys know we talk about narcissists. And we talk about, how to understand if you're dealing with a narcissist, some things to look out for, some signs, and that kind of thing. But today I kind of want to talk about relationship green flags, right? Isn't that different? Because you guys know we always talk about relationship red flags, right? Some things to look out for when it comes to, dating different types of people, people to avoid, if a person acts a certain way or behaves a certain way, if they have, different things that they do, the way that they talk to you, those sorts of things, those are particular behavior patterns that you want to look out for in a relationship. But what about for those of you that have a good, healthy relationship? For those of you that are happy, it's going great, it's successful, there's a lot of love and peace and calmness and happiness and abundance and all that good stuff. So how do you know if you're in a healthy relationship, or what are some green flags? What's a go in a relationship, right? What's a good sign that this is a good relationship? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I hope that you guys can find this helpful. Let me know. And if there's anything that I'm missing, please let me know. And I did just want to let you guys know that I did get this from Instagram. It was like an inspiration. I was just kind of searching around, and I just saw this post. It's called The Brain Coach. And I was like, this would be really cool to share with my audience. And so, yeah, let's just go right ahead and get into it. So the first green flag that I wanted to share with you guys, and again, let me know what you guys think. So if you're in a relationship, a green flag could be is if you feel safe to express yourself without judgment or criticism, right? So, a lot of times in relationships, toxic relationships, negative relationships, harmful relationships, you don't feel safe expressing yourself. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. You feel intimidated, or you could feel like, all right, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to get abused. I don't want to get judged. I don't want to get mistreated in any way, or I don't want to be yelled at or whatever. So you may not feel free enough to express yourself, be who you are, and speak up in that type of situation. So you may just keep quiet. You may just go along just to get along. You just want to keep the peace. You want to make everybody happy. So you don't say anything. But if you're in a healthy relationship, a happy relationship, a relationship that's positive, it's supportive, it's loving, it's caring, you can feel safe expressing yourself to your partner, and you should be able to speak up, share your opinions, share your thoughts, share your emotions and your perspective. That's healthy and that's normal, right? And there's no judgment, there's no criticism. Only thing that there is understanding, it's perspective, it's awareness. You know what I mean? So so that's the first green flag. So the second green flag, you guys, is, and chime in if you're in the room, please feel free to say your name, where you're from, and all that good stuff. But the second, and give this video a like, you guys. All right, the second green flag is disagreements do not lead to disrespect, contempt, threats to end the relationship. Oh, thank y'all for the like. Appreciate it. But I think that's good, because let's be honest, in any relationship, we're going to have a disagreement. May have a misunderstanding. We may have a situation where somebody may think one way and another person thinks this other way. And that's fine. That's totally fine. You have a right to have your own opinion. But, if you're speaking to your partner and it's turning toxic, if it's turning harmful and disrespectful, and you're feeling resentment and anger and bitterness towards this person, that's not a good thing. But in a healthy relationship, you may want to encourage conversation, encourage, different perspectives, because you want to get to understand where that person is coming from. You know what I mean? And so I feel like in a healthy relationship, it's open communication, it's open dialogue, it's open talk, dialect all the time, as it should be, right? And Gary, you said a willingness to participate in having open dialogue, right? Oh my God, I just said that. Open dialogue, yes, are my green flags, right? And isn't this different though, Gary? Like, I know people don't really talk about green flags, right? And you said the right group SEL. Hey sis, it's been a minute since I caught you live. Keep pushing. Thank you. Appreciate it. Give this video a like, you guys. Like it. And if you guys are feeling called to, send a donation if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, but if you feel guided to, please feel free. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. But yes, Gary, that's correct. Any other green flags that you guys can think of for those of you coming in the room? And you guys, if you have not, make sure that you follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram at Live Narc Free. But yes, so disagreements, open dialogue is encouraged, and it's much needed. How are you not going to have any discussions or disagreements or whatever that's healthy in a relationship? You got to talk to get to know your partner. You got to know who they are. You got to understand their perspective, where they're coming from, So yeah. All right. So the third green flag that you want to have in a relationship is you want to know that you can trust that this person will keep their word. Isn't this a big one, you guys? So you want to trust that this person will try their best to keep their word in the relationship. Now, I understand that things can come up. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes, all of that stuff. I get it. But for the most part, this person keeps their word, meaning if they say they're going to do something, they do it. And if they can't do it, then they will let you know. You will be made aware, and there's no confusion, there's no drama or anything like that. This person will let you know ahead of time, so that way you won't feel upset, or you won't feel disappointed, or feel like, oh, well, my partner doesn't like you may feel like, oh, my partner doesn't see me as important, or You may think, well, I'm not a priority to my partner. No, it's like this person is going to tell you, like, let's say if you guys had a date night or something like that, and maybe the partner could come home and be like, hey, you know what? Or they could call you ahead of time and say, hey, this is the reason why we can't do the date night, but maybe we could try it the next day or next week, whichever is best. But always let your partner know, you know what I mean? Or just try your best to keep your word at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You said, Gary, well, if they're not friends with their exes, that's another one. Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of times if, you have, a person that you're dealing with is friends with their ex, I would say certain specific, circumstances and situations, because it's like, maybe, and I'm only saying that if it's like kids involved or something like that, but if it's outside of having a child, then it's like, why are you still friends? Do you have feelings for this ex? Why are you guys still friends? Especially if it's a straight male and a straight female. You guys had feelings for each other. You guys were intimate with each other. I'm assuming it may or may not come back up. So you want to be on the lookout for that. But yeah, this person will try their best to keep their word, right? That's the next one. So, all right, the next green flag in a relationship is your boundaries are respected. I so love this one. So your boundaries are respected around time, communication, and personal items. This is a big one, right? So my hair is a little different. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, so I think boundaries is a really good thing to have in a relationship, and not just with your partner, but just people in general. But if we're talking about relationship, I feel that it's a good sign if your partner respects your boundaries, meaning, they show up on time. Again, they do what they say they're going to do, and they're a good communicator. They speak up and say how they feel, or if either one of you could, maybe not doing it on purpose, but maybe you may upset this person, or you could hurt this person not knowingly, not understanding. If they bring it to your attention, you apologize, you make amends, you make it right. You know what I mean? You express that you'll never do that again, and you actually work on not doing that ever again. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so you have that open communication. You don't hide anything from your partner. You're super open. You ask them questions. They ask you questions. You know what I mean? And personal items, there may be certain items, especially women, the sanitary stuff. So, keep your stuff personal. And even maybe sometimes, and I know this could be kind of touchy, but with the phone, I know some people could be like, oh, I want to see my partner's phone, or I want to have access to my partner's social media. So some of that's a little touchy. What do you guys think on that? But I would say for the most part, it's like, okay, you can have your boundaries. Like, you don't always have to constantly be in your partner's phone. That trust should be there, right? So that's what I would say on that. But yeah, your boundaries are respected. And also that could be too, like, let's say, one partner wants to be intimate and another person's like, hey, you know what, I'm not feeling it. Then it's like, okay, let's do it another time. Like, then that boundary is not crossed, because maybe you just may not be in the mood. You know what I mean? So that's another green flag for me anyway. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, you guys. And please feel free to chime in. What do y'all think? Any other green flags? So the next green flag, you guys, before my last one, you said the ability to apologize when wrong is a big one. Talk again soon. Yes, Gary, thanks for tuning in. That was an awesome green flag that you put. Yeah, the ability to apologize when wrong. Yeah, because again, none of us are perfect, right? We're not perfect. And I just feel like you have to be humble. You have to be humble, and your ego cannot be like super big that, you just refuse to apologize. You refuse to acknowledge what you did wrong, how it may have affected your partner. You have to be willing to be like, all right, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, because sometimes, and some people would rather leave a relationship than to actually apologize for their partner for something that they know was wrong. But just because their ego is so big, they don't want to admit that they're wrong. They don't want to take accountability for their actions. They will actually let that relationship in to, instead of apologizing, which they could actually save that relationship, they would actually let that relationship in and keep their ego intact. Now, what does that say about that individual? Me, I'm not judging. It happens, so just be mindful of that. All right. So the next one, you guys, is the next green flag is you are encouraged in a healthy relationship to pursue your interests and feel supported when you experience setbacks. And the right group, Essia, this is awesome, sis. Thank you. I hope that is helpful for you guys. I really do. Because again, I know that we always hear about red flags all the time. What about the green flags? Or the yellow flags? But we need to hear more of the green flags, right? What's good, But we know sometimes not everything is good, so. But anyway, you guys, so, but yeah, you are encouraged to pursue your interests and feel supported when you experience setbacks. So, I think that that's good because, having your own interests, having your own hobbies, having your own goals, and having your own life really, I think is super important in a relationship, because you don't want it to be where you're in a relationship and your focus is solely on your partner. You have to have a life. You have to have things that you're doing, and you don't want it to be codependent, which is what a lot of toxic and unhealthy relationships consist of. Narcissistic relationships consist of, where it's like one person is doing all the work and then the other person is just benefiting off of it, right? So it's not equal. It's not balanced, right? It's very unfair in that type of dynamic. But also, even when things aren't going so great for you, you do feel supported, you feel loved, you feel empowered, and you feel like, okay, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to get through this. And if you have a setback in your life, your partner encourages you and they support you and they love on you and they respect you, and they're like your teammate. Instead of being an opponent, as we mentioned in the other video, where, some of us, we could be dating folks that are competitive and are actually against us, right? And we're thinking that they want to be with us, but in actuality, they want to one-up us. So your person should be like your biggest fan. They should, be there with you, for you, protecting you, and encouraging you, So yeah, I hope that was helpful. And then the last one, you guys, last one is you don't feel the need to hide parts of yourself around them. Isn't that big, you guys? That's a big one. You don't feel the need to hide parts of yourself around them. Because in toxic, unhealthy relationships, you do have to hide yourself. You can't be who you really are. You feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, and I gotta pretend to be somebody else in order to please this person, in order to make them happy, in order to get accepted and to get loved and all this stuff. And it's like, no, you have to be yourself. And if you don't know how to be yourself, then you have to learn who you are, which is, reading self-help books, doing research, and trying new activities. Almost like being a kid again. You have to explore. You have to try new passions or interests and join clubs or organizations and things that spark your interest, that you may have a liking to or something. And you can meet folks, or you can learn about yourself, and you can learn a skill or learn a passion or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But yeah, like in a healthy relationship, you can just be who you are and you would be accepted. It's just like, I don't want you to change. I just want you to be yourself. And if I've heard this too, it's like somebody's like, oh, well, if I'm myself, what if you don't like me? And it's like, well, we may not be a good fit, because if the way you're behaving, and it's like it's something that you don't really like, then maybe it might not be the right person for you. You know what I mean? Because even if that person is being themselves and you don't like it, then somebody else might like it. It's not on maybe to your liking, or maybe it's not a vibrational match, or maybe a person could be behaving at a lower level, or maybe they haven't spiritually grown yet or spiritually developed yet in any, in that manner. But yeah, but you should definitely always feel free to be who you are. And if that person doesn't like it, then that's not your fault, So I hope that this was helpful, you guys. What do you think? Let me know. As I said, I think green flags are good to know, because how do we know if we're in a healthy relationship if we don't know what's good for us, or what is right and what we should expect in a healthy relationship? Because I do understand, and I'm only saying this because I'm gonna be honest, I have grew up in a dysfunctional household, and I've been around others where their relationships didn't work out. And I've also been around people where their relationships did work out. And I can tell you that I do understand the difference now. And I just feel like it's good to know what to look out for, So if you are behaving this way in your relationship, these green flags that I mentioned, great job. Keep up the awesome work. That's great. And if you're not, then maybe you just want to kind of take just take a look at it and review and see, okay, maybe there's some things maybe you and your partner can work through to adjust, to maybe improve, and to just reconsider some things on how you both of you can grow and evolve and learn, in your relationship, right? So yeah, you guys, that's basically the video. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and maybe you guys can use this in your relationship, or a relationship that's coming up for you. Maybe you want to try and practice this yourself, and then maybe you can share this with your partner, or maybe somebody that you're dating. And if you're like, I just want to see how that person is, because sometimes, not all, sometimes, you can read this, or you can listen to it, and then you would behave this way, and then you may think, oh, I want to share this with this other person, but you might be like, well, let me just see their intentions, and then I can see if it's somebody that I want to be with. So you can do it either way. As long as you're making sure that you're behaving in this way, then you're good. Now, if that other person, if you trust them enough, you can share it with them. If not, you can just be like, I just want to see their intentions. I want to see if they're genuine, and just go from there. So anyway, you guys, I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Give this video a like, share, and subscribe if you're not. And I will see you guys in the next video. And again, you guys, make sure that you do leave any topics that you guys want to learn about. If you think that this video can help somebody else, make sure that you share it. All right. And yeah, I'm signing out. Happy Sunday. Have a nice week. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.